Welcome back to Tea and Toys. This time we've got number 2 from the Menasor Combiner, Wild Rider. Now in Combiner Wars, this was the chase figure, this was Breakneck. But this time around we get a proper Wild Rider in all his glory. As you can see, people did mention in regards to the back kibble, and if I'm honest, this doesn't usually bother me, but this is quite ugly. You've got to pull this bit down for this bit to be properly attempted to be down and flat to stop it from being up this high on the figure. So yeah, that's one thing straight out of the box that you sort of have to jiggle around with to make sure this is down as far as possible. But you can see this bit just sticks out like that. So displaying him going to be a bit annoying because of all this. But as I've said many times before, it doesn't usually bother me. But in this instance, it is quite that bit ugly. It comes with the same accessories as Drag Strip, the dual laser blasts, even in the same colours as well. Articulation wise, you can imagine the back kibble there sort of does get in the way of any sort of swinging the arms around. The arms can go up and down like that. You've got elbows, you've got swivels there. Did the wrists swivel? No, the wrists don't swivel. And good motion on the legs as well, like that. Back and forth. You can get some good poses out of him. You can see that bit already flying up in him. So you can do sort of some good battle poses with the other Stunticons if you wanted to. He definitely seems a little bit smaller than his Combiner Wars former self. Definitely does seem scaled down in comparison to one of them. Let's try and get Combiner Wars character out. So here we have the jet version of Blast Off, or Off Blast as I call him. Definitely scaled down from the old Combiner Wars days. I can imagine Breakneck, Wild Rider as he should have been known, is about this scale, but he was a lot broader. You can see there, shoulders wise, a lot broader. Not overly noticeable, and I didn't mind the Combiner Wars individual bots, but that Menasor was just absolute trash. I like the head sculpt, that's turned out well, but the Combiner Wars one was also very good. You can clip on the weapons multiple places across the figure. Mostly at the front there, and the back there actually. Nothing up the top, nothing on the arms except for the hands. And we have Menasor. So I've got it in Menasor at the moment, so this is a comparison between the individual bot and your Menasor, like so. You can see drag strip there on the side. Okay, maybe the guns aren't exactly the same paint job, but they are essentially... No, they're not the same gun. I'm wrong. Correct myself already in the video. They're not the same gun. They just look a lot like each other. But he comes with 2 of those, like Drag Strip comes with 2 of his. You can clip them on to the bot when he's on there. And I'll show you where he slots in on Menasor when we get to that bit. First up, let's get Wild Rider into his wild riding mode. So here we have Wild Rider in his vehicle mode. Now this does actually look quite neat and tidy from the top. You can fit the 2 dual pistols on the back of the car like you could with the drag strip, so you can show off that old 80s look with the big cannon gun thing that they all came with. Now from the top it looks fine, but you can see his feet popping out at the bottom there, and you can also see the feet are in line with that back wheel and that back wheel. And no word of a lie, they are definitely scraping. The wheels are barely going round, and I know this is a flat surface, so it would work better on a carpet. Ultimately that should not be happening. I've tried clipping them in, but they will insist to pop out, and you just get the same anyway. You know that is scraping. Yeah, that is actually not at the bottom there. Yeah, that's touching. So that's quite frustrating for a character that's designed to be a car. It's not working very well as a car. So that's a bit of a disappointment. Robot mode, I liked. The back kibble obviously was a bit of a funny thing, and that wheels is just, that just pops out. You're playing with it, and they just pop out, and the feet start scraping. So that's kind of irritating. It might just be on my one. I like the colour. I like the Decepticon logo there as well. It's quite nice. Alas, it is what it is. That's how he turned out. Well, let's get him in foot mode. Well, here Wild Rider is in foot mode, or leg mode. Yeah, very easy. You literally just flip up the windshield and then push up the bonnet, and that's the leg mode. And he clips on the back of the Menasor leg, like so, like that, which closes up this hatch here. You can do the same that side as well. When you get the other guy, dead end, or is it? I think no, Breakdown's a leg, isn't he? Either way, the other leg guy, so they get the close up, so the more cartoon look for Menasor. But what would have been nice is to have the option to have him car mode facing forwards. I know this is based more on the animation model, which is why it's done like this. And of course, yes, you can just spin around the leg like I've just done. But the articulation isn't meant to work that way, because obviously the leg would bend forwards wrongly, like the knee joint is going the wrong way. Alas, that is how Menasor has turned out to be. It's funny how it tilts like that when you spin it around. Spin it around so it just stands straight properly, like that. And that is Menasor. 3 down, 2 to go, with, I believe, Dead End, the next one coming up, according to San Diego Comic Con leaks. But what is frustrating when it comes to Dead End here, not Dead End, Wild Rider, is in order to turn him into the foot, which was very simple. You don't know if you buy it that he turns into a foot or a leg, because it's not in here. You've got to buy Menasor in order to learn how to do that. Same with drag strip. Isn't that a bit annoying? It should say on the individual instructions as well, because unless the other two transforming very identical to these two, those instructions are going to have to be on their individual instructions, because they're not on Menasor's or Motormaster's, sorry. I don't know, it just seems a bit of an odd thing to do. You might as well just have it all in transformation for both Wild Rider, Drag Strip, Breakdown, Dead End, and the other guy if you want to include him as like a special thing. Yeah, weird. What do you think of how Menasor is turning out? What do you think of how Wild Rider turned out? Are you not the best? I think Drag Strip was better than him as a toy. As a car, obviously, there's those disappointments there as well. Either way, what do you think? Don't forget to love, like, subscribe, and see you guys and girls in the next video.